Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you guys doing? Today, I want to learn about the Deutsche Mark. I think currencies are interesting in general. And obviously, this was the currency that preceded the euro in Germany. The D Mark, of course, introduced after World War II, of course, in West Germany. But to be honest, that's the extent of my knowledge about it. I don't even know what they look like. So I'm very curious to learn that. I've actually got a series of short videos here that I think tells the whole story. You know, we've got the introduction. We've got, you know, what they look like and stuff, the actual notes. Then we've got East Germany accepting the Deutsche Mark at some point, you know, as it collapsed. You know, the Soviet Union, of course. How many times have I said of course? Anyway, and then we've got, you know, now they're old news. You still have D-marks in your cupboard? I thought that looked interesting. So, okay, let's do it. Let's go through a little ride through history. So this is the effects of the introductions. Let's do it. These are all linked down below. British Pathe. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's important because it's got 3 million subscribers. Turn it up. There we go.
A truckload of banknotes, 1,000 market notes in such quantities. This can only be the old faded Reichsmark, which...
I was going to say that's an AI voice, but this is 11 years old. Oh, is this like automatically... Yes, it is. This is what you guys told me about, that it sometimes automatically translates. Which I guess is... You know what? I don't like that. I'd just rather have subtitles. Okay. Call me old-fashioned. But I want to hear the actual video.
Eine Wagenladung Banknoten. 1000 Markscheine in solchen Mengen, das kann nur die alte verblichene Reichsmark sein, die schon vor ihrer Entwertung zu nichts zerronnen war. Jetzt kommt sie in die Papiermühle. Am Mühlstein wird Bündel für Bündel nochmal...
To the paper mill. All the, what's it called? The Reichsmarks? To the paper mill. To be milled up.
gezählt.
Like wind through a windmill, folks.
Jetzt kommt sie in die Papiermühle.
Unbelievable. Might as well just light it on fire in your fireplace.
Wird Bündel für Bündel nochmals
That's
gezählt.
all it's good for.
Dann werden
Wow.
Bankbeamte das Geld nicht zum Fenster hinaus,
Hopefully you got out of that currency quick and into the Deutsche Mark before it was worth nothing.
sondern in die Mühle. Das ist das Ende des Geldüberhanges, der Wirtschaft und Aufbau unterhöhlt hat.
That's an interesting bit of footage.
Und dann entsteht die alte Mark neu, aber nicht mehr als Zahlungsmittel, sondern als Packpapier für all das, was mit neuer Mark, mit D-Mark erworben werden kann.
Unbelievable.
Die Reichsmark ist tot, es lebt
Die Reichsmark.
die D-Mark. Sie lebt auf den Preisschildern und in der Geldtasche des Käufers. Und noch immer ist es eine Überraschung, die Auslagen der Schaufenster und die Speisekarten der Restaurants in neuer Reichhaltigkeit zu sehen.
I assume, obviously, the government bought back the Reichsmarks before burning them or milling them up. They let you exchange them at some kind of fixed rate, I'm sure. But it probably quickly went down. That's actually sort of interesting. You know, I was kind of wondering what the exchange rate would be like, so... I know nothing about the quality of this wine, but assuming it's normal wine, you know, $7.50. Okay. I'm guessing that's probably what a decent bottle of wine costs in US dollars here around this time period, 1948. You can still buy a bottle of wine for $7.50 here in America. It's just not... It's not good. I think it's fine, but, you know, the people say it's not that good.
Jetzt ist Qualität wieder
It
ein
would not be served at a restaurant like this.
Begriff. Der Kunde wird wählerisch und die Bedienung zuvorkommend. Man zahlt ja in D-Mark.
Wow, living in luxury, huh, in West Germany. Very cool bit of footage there. Thank you so much. I agree. Thank you so much. That was interesting. Now we've got banknote, coin, stamp. Oh, they do it all. Banknote, coins, and stamps. And these are just, I expect this is just a video of the notes.
Welcome back to our channel, Banknote Coin Stamp. If anybody watching first time in our channel, don't forget.
Oh, maybe this was toward the end, you know, because that says 100,000 marks. That would have bought you a lot of bottle of wines in 1948. But at this point, it looks like not going to buy you much.
Forget to subscribe our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Okay friends, today we are going to see some German currency. First of all, we see about Germany. The Germany is a country in the Central Europe.
I mean, did the D-Mark go through hyperinflation or something? To be honest, I'm not sure about that history, so I need to look that up. I assume if you have a $100,000 note, then it went through some hyperinflation. The answer is no. Very stable currency it was. Never experienced hyperinflation. I'm just a little bit bewildered why there's a note for 100,000 of them. There was a 100,000. Oh, is this a Reichmark? Oh. I'm being stupid, guys. Jesus Christ. That's not a Deutsche Mark. That's a Reichmark. That's why it's devalued.
In our channel, don't forget to subscribe our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Okay friends, today we are going to see some German currency. First of
5 million. That's 5, guys. I know that.
all, we see about Germany.
So those are
Germany is
obviously Reichmarks as well.
the country
Or maybe some other kind of notes. It says Berge Staatsbank, just some random banknote.
in the Central Europe. It is the second most populous country in Europe. After Russia, the most populous members 22 are in Frankfurt.
There's finally a freaking Deutsche Mark. $50 bill.
The lettering of is
So were they actually cut like this, where it almost looks like it's a note, like it's a picture of a note, you know, with a big border?
banknote is Fufing Decochit mark. A Decochit mark whenever Dachshund note bank is present. At the back side,
No idea.
the
what
lettering
she's
is
saying.
Fonfig Dachshund mark. Hence, the translation is 50 German is present. Next, we can see about 5 million mark very fine banknote is present.
Guys, I decided just to look them up myself. So here we go. Here's a $5 bill. I don't think I'll go through and look up all these people. I am curious about who that is, but... Oh, it says right here. Bettina von Arman, a writer from the 1700s, 1800s. In a castle in Berlin. Beautiful. Whoa, that's pretty badass. I like this. Equation. Not that I know what it is. Oh, this guy's it's Carl Gauss, the mathematician. Okay, astronomer, physicist. Yes. And he's on the 10. That's pretty cool. We've got the 20. I do like the look of these notes. Annette von Holzhoff, a poet. Here's the 50. Balthasar Neumann, Baroque architect. Very cool. Here's the 100. Interesting. This is kind of an interesting part of it. This 100. Whoa. Pretty fancy. Sorry if this is boring. I actually find this interesting. These are just really cool looking notes. Clara Schumann, a pianist. And this is Paul Ehrlich, a doctor. $200 note. Would you say $200 note, or would you say 200 mark note or something? $500 note. Jesus. It's insane. She's a painter. And she got herself on the 500. Now, who's on the 1,000? Oh my God. Why is there a $1,000 bill? Wilhelm and Jacob Grimm. Linguists. I guess that's as high as it goes. Wow, that's really cool. All right, now a bit of history again here. East Germany accepting Deutsche Mark as currency, and this is from the small and up-and-coming CBS News. This is the tail end of the end, guys. In fact, isn't this the year the Deutsche Mark was obsolete? So East Germany just starts accepting it, and then they're like, okay, never mind. It's over.
CBS Evening News.
No more Deutsche Mark. That had to be rough.
Connie Chung reporting. Good evening.
This had to be a rough time in East Germany for those people.
It was D-Day, Deutschmark Day, as the West German mark officially became the currency of both Germanies. Economic unification, a prelude to political unification. As Tom Fenton reports, it was a time to celebrate.
The parties lasted until well after midnight, but they were low-key affairs. Thousands of Germans ushered in the new era by singing, probably for the last time, the old anthem of communist East Germany.
It's so fascinating to me how impactful this piece of history right here is. I mean, it's just fantastic piece of history. 1990, the wall coming down, the reunification of East and West Germany. And it just wasn't that long ago. Like, people watching were there. Some of you guys were there. You might have been in this video. You might be this guy.
Probably for the last time, the old anthem of communist East Germany. Some legal niceties remain, and there's an election to be held in December, but today's monetary union and the takeover of the East by the West German Deutschmark makes
Oh my God, they're big. They're much bigger than I foresaw.
the process of unification
There they
irreversible.
are. And indeed, they are cut out like that.
There was a mob scene when one bank opened its doors at midnight, the official hour of the disappearance of the East German currency. A truck driver became the first East German to collect his Deutschmarks and begin a new way of life. By midday, there were lines outside banks all over East Germany. People were treating it as a serious matter, carefully counting their first hard currency in 40 years. This was the payoff after the weeks of uncertainty leading up to D-Day. In towns like this all over
You know what? To be honest, I don't even know the currency that, like, the Soviet Union was using. I assume they had a currency through all their satellite states and through all, East Germany and Russia. I don't know what it was. Oh, they used the East German mark. Okay. Oh, and the Soviet Union used the ruble. I'm a little bit surprised East Germany didn't use the ruble, but whatever.
over East Germany, they're having what amounts to a national clearance sale. That's because with Western goods freely available, nobody will want to buy things marked Made in East Germany.
Wow.
People cleaned out the shelves and stands of everything from East German chocolate to East German shoes, all being sold at a fraction of cost. And they lined up for hours to fill their tanks and cans with the last of the cheap East German gasoline. In East Berlin, there was already a hint of possible trouble to come. City garbage men went on a 3-day strike, their first ever, to demand the same wages as West German garbage men. They won an immediate...
It's so funny seeing what feels so historic, and then you see Aldi's, and it's the same logo as today. It's just not that long ago.
33% pay raise. Other unions will take note. Both Germanys now have the same currency and the same fiscal and welfare systems. And with the removal of the final barriers to free travel, East and West Germany, for all practical purposes, are now one. Tom Fenton, CBS News, Berlin.
That was a really cool piece of history right there. Now, I thought this looked funny. Auto-dubbed. God dang it. Do you still have D-marks in your cupboard?
9 Uhr in der
So this is the, this is the end. This is present day, The D-mark is now just something you might have and collecting dust in your cupboard.
Essinger Innenstadt. Richard Grimm sperrt sein Geschäft auf.
I'm sure some people collect them.
Grimm hat sich auf Haushaltswaren spezialisiert und bietet seinen Kunden einen besonderen Service. Sie können bei ihm immer noch mit D-Mark bezahlen.
Dann haben die Leute noch gehabt und haben gesagt, okay, die Leute können bei uns damit zahlen.
I wouldn't have thought that was even legal. But I guess it's kind of like trading anything else, huh?
Wir nehmen das an und wir haben aber seitdem nicht aufhören können.
Jede Woche kommen ein paar Kunden mit D-Mark vorbei. Grimm sammelt die Einnahmen. Hier die Münzen aus einem Monat.
I didn't even look at the coins. That's funny. Those look exactly like US dollar pennies. Those copper ones. Okay, so I'm an idiot, guys. I was in the wrong view. So hopefully that didn't ruin everything. It just would have cut off the sides of the video a little bit, Sorry, I'm a real amateur at this. Anyway, I was talking about this coin right here. It's a copper coin, copper-looking coin. Looks just like a penny.
Diese Münzen werden dann zum Teil auch verschenkt an Junge und die können damit nichts anfangen und machen es dann zu Geld.
2 bis 3 Mal im Jahr fährt Grimm mit seinen D-Mark nach München und tauscht sie dort in Euro um. Sein Ziel? Die Filiale der Bundesbank.
You can still do that?
Jeden Tag stehen die Kunden hier Schlange. Noch immer wechseln täglich fast 50 Menschen ihr altes Geld, erzählt Filialleiter Rainer Pille.
Amazing.
Viele trennen sich schon mit Wehmut von ihren Restbeständen, Altbeständen, aber sie sind froh, dass es nicht wertlos geworden ist.
Rund 12,6 Milliarden D-Mark sind noch im Umlauf. Einige hundert davon gehören Johann Schäffler.
Ich habe mir mal mit Liebe gesammelt oder versucht, dass man es möglichst viel zusammengebracht hat, aber mit der Jüngste bin ich auch nicht mehr. Das zeige ich auf ihm und sonstiges nichts mehr. Weg damit.
Inzwischen ist auch Richard Grimm bei der Bundesbank angekommen. Etwa 10.000 bis 15.000 Mark hat er heute dabei.
Wow.
Deutlich mehr als der Durchschnitt. Der kommt in der Regel mit rund 650 Mark.
So what's that worth?
Ja, schauen, was rauskommt. Ob ein paar falsche drin sind, wo er nicht mag.
Damit ist die Zählmaschine gemeint. Jeder Pfennig läuft hier durch. Umgetauscht wird immer zum selben Kurs. Für 1,9.
Exchange rate is the same. 1.95 marks receives €1. Oh, that seems really good. So 2 marks is €1. So this dude's about to make a nice payday.
5583 D-Mark bekommt der Kunde €1. Alles unter strengen Sicherheitsvorkehrungen. Die Mitarbeiter dürfen wir nicht filmen. Genauso wenig wie es mit dem alten Geld weitergeht. Hinter diesen Türen werden die Scheine und Münzen später vernichtet. Für die Kunden gibt es im Gegenzug frische Euro. Für Richard Grimm mehrere Tausend. Den genauen Betrag will er aber nicht verraten. Nur so viel.
Well, we can calculate the exact amount, dude. They just told us. Didn't he say 15,000 marks? So he got 7,500 euros. There you go. Sorry, dude.
Das ist so, wie ich es mir vorgestellt habe, was das Geld ist, was ich gehabt habe an dem. Das ist halt 10 Euro. Haben wir es umgetauscht. Passt.
In ein paar Monaten wird er mit den nächsten D-Mark-Säcken wieder nach München fahren.
That was cool. That was all really cool. I'm just a little bit concerned. Did I ruin anything? Luckily this video is 4:3, so actually me doing it like this wasn't too bad, actually. It doesn't cut off that much. We'll do it live, damn it. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was really fascinating history, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'll see you guys tomorrow.